Hello, everybody. It's Matt Moran's Contraband. What if I told you one of the largest companies in America was nothing more than a giant scam? Would you be surprised? Well, today's video, I'm here to tell you that that's true. It's all about Facebook today. This video is for Facebook investors who own the Facebook stock. It's for people who aspire to become a monetized Facebook creator. Perhaps you're on YouTube thinking to go over to Facebook. And the third category is if you're like me, where you have copyrighted music and you have some sort of license agreement through CDBaby to get money from music on Facebook. And so let's just jump right into it. Here's the big kicker. Facebook really is just a giant scam machine. And I'm in here inside it, the ads creator, so ad studio. This is where you'd spend your time if you're in Coca-Cola and you want to advertise to your product and get to all the people on Facebook. And so essentially, we're basically like a large customer of Facebook right now, and I want you to pay attention to this one ad. These are all the ads, and these are statistics about an ad I'm running. And I want you to pay attention to two numbers. This is the number of clicks, and so people are watching the video, they like what they see, they click, and I'm trying to get them to go to Spotify, okay? And this second number of here, this 10-second video views, that's how many people have watched this ad for 10 seconds, okay? So those are the things to keep in mind. We're on a 7-day scale. What I'm about to do is prove to you beyond a shadow of doubt that Facebook has accounting irregularities, that the SEC should investigate them immediately, because this, accounting irregularities, that's like the worst thing. And you should, if you're an investor, you should dump the stock because it's nothing but smoke and mirrors. So let's see. Let's click over to my next slide. This is Creator Studio. And this is kind of like YouTube's Creator Studio. I mean, they even have the same name, where I can get all sorts of statistical information on my videos that are posted on Facebook. And, instantly we can prove accounting irregularities, because over here they're telling me 84,000 people have watched it for 10 seconds. Well, here's 3-second views. We're still on a 7-day scale. This number should actually be way higher than 84,000, but look, within 2 seconds, we've proved that Facebook is nothing but smoke and mirrors. And to me, this is probably something like the real number. And then over here, they're just putting anything they want there, because you can't go up to 84,000 people and say, hey, did you watch this video? You don't get a list of people who watched it supposedly, so they can just put anything they want here, and you're never going to know, as long as they make the video show a similar number. And so already we can see, like, there, Facebook is all just built on smoke and mirrors. It's nothing. And so next up, what do we got? Oh, okay, this was more for the people who are investing in Facebook. Here's for the people aspiring to be a monetized Facebook creator, and you have to get 30,000 views in a month to even apply to get accepted, and you have to have something like 10,000 subscribers. So unless you're already huge, it's going to cost you. And so this is that same video that they're telling me 84,000, and then they said 200. Now look, 1 minute views, 843. So none of the numbers match, and I would expect this to be much lower than 84,000, because it's a whole minute view. And honestly, this is maybe the real number. I think this is probably the real number of people who viewed it. And in Ad Studio, that's just what they tell you to make you think you're getting a good deal, even though you're not. And then the other thing to look here, they already ripped me off already by this number's so low. Then look at this. If you this is basically 1,000. So if we slide the decimal place over three more, you got four zeros before you get to this seven. That's one of the worst I've ever seen. And at least YouTube, it has only three decimal places. If you average out your earnings across all your views, you'll probably come up with something, a cash per stream that has three zeros and then a number. This has got four zeros. And let's see, what do we got next? Oh, okay. Going back to customers of Facebook who think they're getting a good deal, or investors who are advertising and think they're getting a good deal, or stockholders who think that Facebook is actually an honest company that's selling a real product. Here's one of the most revealing things. Now, supposedly 14,000 people in just 1 week have clicked to and been launched into my Spotify, okay? Well, and these are embarrassing numbers for me because it shows that I'm not exactly on the show Empire, but it's even more embarrassing for Facebook because, and keep in mind we're on a different scale, 28 days here, but if there was really 14,000 people clicking into my Spotify page for my album, like the number's not going to look anything like this. It's going to be off the chart. And the most hilarious part about this is that these two spikes right here, I actually just played small concerts on those days. This one was at a venue, had about 50 people. This one was just what they call busking, or doing a street performance, had a little bit less people. But it shows that even with supposedly 16,000 people coming in from Facebook, playing an actual concert to just 50 people was far more effective. I mean, I'm talking twice as effective than supposedly this massive crowd coming into my stuff. And the last slide, we're on a 28-day scale here. Here's since 2015. And, if what they're telling me was remotely true, these numbers, they would just be off the chart. So it's just a bunch of lies. Facebook is a bunch of lies. And the other thing, actually the worst number, I don't have a screen print of it. There's not much to show. The worst number is, again, for those musicians who think, this is for musicians who have copyrighted information, and you got to deal with CDBaby, and you're supposed to get paid for every stream that you're getting for that song, irregardless of whether you have one of these monetized accounts, accounts like that. You got to deal with CDBaby. Well, the most hilarious number, this ad and this video here, it has over 1 million views. You know how many streams Facebook pays me on it every month? They report to me one, not 1,000, not 1 million, but one. And so that alone, I don't know who can step in. The SEC should definitely investigate all these accounting irregularities and take them off the stock market because, they're just nothing but a bunch of liars. And I called every single number with Facebook, talked to every support line that they had, and they just pretend like they don't know anything about that. And there's not a single person there who knows about this licensing agreement between CDBaby and CDBaby. They were just as bad. They didn't really want to put any real effort into figuring out what was going on with what was going on with, why was I only getting paid for one stream when this video has 1 million views on it. So I don't think we should be surprised though, because Facebook recently was spreading misinformation for China to Hong Kong, and I like to think like, well, if they rip me off thousands of dollars, how much did they rip off the Chinese government? It's got to be phenomenal. And not only that, they sold us out in the elections, spreading fake information during that. And so that's about it. Like, if you're thinking about advertising on Facebook, you probably shouldn't. And if you're a musician, you probably shouldn't waste your time or thinking about getting a monetized account. If you're a YouTuber, probably shouldn't do it. And if you hold the stock, it's only a matter of time before people figure this out. If I can prove it in a video and I'm just Johnny Dummy, then, what can the Chinese government or a real customer like Coca-Cola, what's their liability? It's got to be like 90% of the company's just a huge liability. Thanks for watching, and you have yourself a good one.